political science double major, women and gender studies minor. I directed and adapted this play. It's a Playmakers, which means that we get department funding, which is really special. It's a program that the college has, and me and my friend Christina both got to do it this year. So yeah, just a few thank yous to people. Jimmy Calitri is here. He has taught me so much about what theater can be, and how it can impact the world, and how it can impact communities of people. And I've been so lucky to know him since I was young, and he has advised me on this project, so thank you, Jimmy. Scott is also here. Scott is my design professor. He is so amazing. He is the reason that everything gets to look like this. We've learned so much this semester, so thank you, Scott. And also I see two of my teachers here who I have this semester. Father Brophy is here, and Captain Jeff is also here. It's so good to see you both. Thank you. I'm gonna get started with the show. I hope you all enjoy. Thanks for being here.
Dude, it's fine. We'll edit it out.
Dude, relax. What are you doing? Hello and welcome to the first episode of the People's Messenger Podcast.
People's Messenger Podcast coming to you live on the airwaves.
I'm joined by my co-host, Bill.
And I'm joined by my co-host, Hob.
Welcome to the John Boat Studio Theater.
Please, at this time, silence all electronic devices on your person.
Please make sure to keep the aisles clear as the actors will be using them.
And your fire exits are located in the end of the theater.
Thank you. We hope you enjoy Enemy of the People.
Enemy of the people, people's enemy.
What was that?
Why?
That was weird, right?
Probably just had a long day.
Should I go check on him? I'm gonna go check on him.
Bill, I'd leave him.
What? I made soup. Tom loves when I make soup. I'm gonna go bring him a bowl.
Maybe he already ate.
Alright, what's going on? You have another dinner with his mother or something?
I don't even know.
Okay, you aren't even pretending to like him anymore.
Dude, what are you
Bill,
talking about?
what?
Oh, okay. I just thought you'd know about his stuff more.
His stuff?
I don't know, people tend to notice their partners' nuances.
You're overthinking.
No, I don't think I am. You know why? Because Thomas doesn't want soup, and now you're going to bed at 9 p.m.? Yeah, real normal, everybody. Totally normal.
Jesus, Bill.
I hate how much she loves the fact that he tells her things he won't tell us.
It's probably the dissertation thing.
The what?
Oh.
I mean, I know he's writing one, but
Right.
did he say anything to you about it, or?
May have come up at some point.
All right. Tell me.
Can you not?
Tell me.
Can you know what I'm trying to just
Tell me!
No.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me or I'm gonna. You're gonna what? I'll tell the whole school about how you bought the answers to the biochem exam freshman year from Thomas Stockmann.
I knew I couldn't trust you.
Tell me!
Fine, all right. Just don't go blabbing about it. For the record, I did not pay him. It was simply a favor. You remember his medical residency last summer with all the preterm babies?
Yeah, small babies.
All the hormone-related cancer diagnoses?
Genital cancer. Yeah.
He was doing some research and found that all the sick people live on the south side of town by his mother's plant. We went to go find municipal records like regulatory watering samplings. There's virtually nothing.
That's weird.
And illegal.
Oh, so he's suing them.
No, he just wants to use the samples for his study. And he got them himself.
What?
Right?
Dude, whoa. Like, dude, are you thinking what I'm thinking here?
What are you thinking, Ben?
I don't know. What are you thinking, Hoff?
I already told you what I'm thinking.
I mean, because, like, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, then, like,
I'm
you're-
thinking you're confused. I'm going to bed.
Wait, dude, come on, wait.
People are trying to sleep.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. You may find yourself
sorry, Kat. Hi,
Hello?
wanna come in?
No, it's fine. I don't want to bother, but your sister texted asking if you saw her last message. She said it's time sensitive.
Shit, right. Yeah, hold on. I read your analysis of the water samples, and
What'd she say?
she wants to meet at noon.
Better get going then.
Damn it. Okay, Kat. Thank you.
So I assume you sent her these sample results?
Mm-hmm.
And your analysis?
Yep.
And?
And what? She's gonna have to learn the hard way that the feds require regulation for a reason. And once she gets over that, and the fact that I happen to discover a defect that happens to be her fault, the sooner we can start getting these chemicals out of people's water. You know, I don't understand how someone so careless gets into the business of managing a town.
Maybe take the high road. Share the credit with her. I'm sure you could make up something about how she inspired you.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that, as long as it doesn't interfere with my dissertation.
She's here.
She shouldn't be.
Thomas? Is it
Hi,
true?
Mom.
Hi, Mrs. Stockmann. Oh, hi, sweetheart. How are you? Fine, thanks. On my way out. Actually, the professor's out, so they're letting me teach. Go kill him, honey. So,
Yeah, Mom,
Look, Thomas, I just want to know if anyone responsible for this.
Hmm?
The reports on the South Side water supply?
Yes? Who told you about it? Paige.
No, your roommate, the undergrad kid. I ran into him this morning on my way
Bill.
to...
How the hell did
Yes, that one. I thought he was messing with me at first, but I know he's too deferential to do something like that.
Then you don't know him very well.
No one actually knows anyone, Thomas. That's why it's dangerous to put your trust in people. They'll make a fool out of you. Anywho, the water, it's your little project?
Yes, I was going to send it over after I met with Paige, but I'll email it now. Fortunately for the town, I've identified-
Fortunately is a strong word.
I just wanted you to know that there must have been a slip-up with the town's water testing, so I'm glad that I caught it.
Hallelujah.
Plus, now I have evidence for my dissertation.
That's great, Thomas.
What?
Oh, nothing. I just thought you would have had some more insight.
Insight?
You know, about the implications.
Well, the tests show that they're
I'm
chemicals.
aware of your narrative. A modern-day tragedy, really. Chemicals in their water, right?
PFAS specifically, yes. We don't know if they're from chem plants.
And, to be clear, the water doesn't look any different, correct?
Yes.
Cute.
I don't understand what's so amusing.
You'll never sway your sister.
I won't need to.
I guess there is a first time for everything.
It's public opinion that matters, not hers.
Public opinion.
Well, I guess it is possible. We have been running the PFOA free campaign for long enough, and they've never really known right from left when it comes to per and polyfluoroalkyl substances.
Yes, exactly. They're vulnerable and misinformed. But with my report, they may see that it's worth their attention.
No, they think themselves so much cleverer than us. It's those same sheep who tried to shut us down and then come back begging for work.
Well,
Hey, I'm proud of you. Finally taking an interest in the family business. Thomas. Why so humble? Be proud. Tell you what, if you can convince them, I'll see about sliding you a little extra on your allowance.
Oh, I'll take a little extra of my allowance too, Miss Stockman.
Morning, Comstad. And you, Bob. Long time no see, my friend.
okay, well, that's Bill.
Yes, Bill, that's what I said.
Can you guys give me and my mom a second to finish up here?
Relax, Tom. I was just saying hi to our lovely landlord.
No, no. Don't let me hold you up. I'm headed out anyway. Company meeting at 12:30. I'm going to yoga. HR said it would ease tensions down at the plant. Thomas, we'll talk soon. And Hofstad, I'd work on your cajoling. You're not nearly charming enough for that level of insincerity.
Hold on a second.
No, Thomas, I can't hold on a sec. I have to go. Hello? Yep. Oh, Thomas, keep me in the loop. Sorry about that. No, I know.
At least she didn't berate my room.
Can we chat real quick, Thomas?
Yeah, I just need to finish tidying up. Bill, can you get your crap out of the living room, please?
Dude, it's not even mine.
So, your sister hasn't been by.
Not yet.
Your mom. She seems to be in good spirits.
What did you want to talk about? I'm kind of in a rush.
Bill and I have been talking. And from your point of view, being a STEM guy and all, this could seem like an isolated matter, but you do realize this involves a lot more constituents.
I guess.
So your mom's finally taking interest in something other than herself?
Look, I think she's happy someone made the connection.
But the PFAS is coming from her plants.
Correct.
Why would she be happy about that?
Because she can minimize the damage now. I mean, imagine if no one ever realized they forgot to test that district.
Look, I mean, I agree it's good that we know about it now, but you don't think it's concerning that the town happened to overlook testing around the plant?
Call me crazy, fellas, but it almost seems like there's another, pollutant at work here.
Jumping ahead, Bill!
A pollutant this whole town is built on is rotting in.
Context.
As you know, this whole of the town's interests have little by little gotten into the hands of a certain pack of politicians.
Well, I sure hope that elected officials are taking an interest in their jobs. What's the issue?
No, but I'm talking about the ones financing their own campaigns. The businessmen, investors, they have more than a foot in the door.
So my mom and Paige.
There are others.
I get the picture. But they're capable. Or at least educated.
They show ability and knowledge when they had this convenient oversight.
No. That was ignorant. But it's fixable.
So it'll all be smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing or not, it has to be done.
All right, so the press will take up the
No,
issue.
no, that won't be necessary. I'm going to meet with Paige soon and then
We
I'll-
want to publish you, Tom, in the People's Messenger.
No. You guys should save the space for something more pressing. Isn't the paper focused on solving, like, systemic issues?
We thought it'd be better for the paper to start taking up more local issues anyway.
Well, look, that's great, but there's plenty of larger issues, like grocery prices.
When I became editor, I was sure that the only way to break up the ring of monopolizing and self-opinionated fossils was to make change.
Okay, yeah, and look what good that did you.
Okay, so we offended the wrong people, but we built a strong rapport. I think there's more room to publish what we want.
As long as it's sandwiched in between trivial news and sports articles.
It's still getting published.
And I don't think a couple of years of good behavior authorizes complete freedom.
That's besides the point. People are sick. We have a due diligence to make sure that their responsibilities are safe.
Okay. And how exactly does this imply my research?
Because people are sick, and the People's Messenger views truth as its first consideration.
Yes, of course, truth is important for any newspaper. But I don't see why this is a matter of fact or fiction.
I'm talking about the working class. They have to feel that they have some say in the direction of public affairs, even if they don't use it. Only then can they develop their faculties for intelligence and self-respect.
Tom, baby, a journalist incurs heavy responsibility. You see, he must emancipate the masses. Now, bourgeois circles will call us what they meant. Commie, snowflake, fuck. I know who I am.
Guys,
What?
I love you, but Paige is going to be here any minute. I need to focus on practical solutions. We can do the whole fuck the system theoretical thing later.
But the time is now, Tom. The day's here.
Okay. So what do you want?
We want to publish your research exclusively in the People's Messenger in the form of a compliance report.
I don't know how to write a compliance report.
We'll take care of that.
Honestly, if it means that much to you, I don't care what you do with my research. It's public knowledge anyway.
Great. Let's get this ball rolling.
It'll be important for you to have the workers' union behind you. We formed the compact majority, and as you know, it's always better to have the majority with you.
Yes, of course. Public opinion is vital. I just think anticipating such intense precautions is silly, seeing that this is very straightforward.
Tom, you've always been such an optimist, but I know how these people think. They'll be resistant to any idea that doesn't feel like it came from them. So I don't think it'd be outlandish to start planning a peaceful little demo.
Oh, demo? What on earth are you planning on making a demonstration about?
We won't use your name if you'd like to remain anonymous. Moderation, after all, is the most important virtue a democratic citizen can hold. Say what you will, but I take pride in it. The Southside water supply is critical for the working class. With all this new tourism investment, we're sure to put forecasts on the map and change the landscape for the local economy. With the opportunity for short-term rentals, folks will have disposable income for the first time in their lives. We're not going to get renters on the south side if they think the water's contaminated.
Look, if you'll let me talk to Paige, contamination won't be a problem come summertime.
Look, I come into contact with the community surrounding this college every day, so I now can say I have the reputation of a temperate and law-abiding citizen, much like you, Tom. People think we care about their well-being, so we have a certain influence here.
I guess.
All right, well, so would it be troublesome to have you give some kind of testimonial unless you want to remain anonymous?
Look, I think my research speaks for itself.
Look, it wouldn't be anything crazy. We don't want to antagonize the authorities. They could allocate our funding. If we maintain moderation, intentions shouldn't become misconstrued.
And even if they don't like
No, Bill. Why would we disrupt our relationship with the ones who control our welfare?
because nothing will change.
Look, I was an undergrad once too. Indulging my inner contrarian, it felt good. Guess what? No good ever came of it! Plus, it's much harder for them to argue with the sensibilities of a unified majority. So, Tom, what'll it be?
I'm flattered that you want to help me.
But
I'm worried these precautions are premature. The facts speak for themselves.
Even if they do, the town is slow to move.
which is why we will give them the push they need.
Not recklessly, or they'll go into defense. Look, I gotta run. Budget meeting with the college? Don't let Paige get in your head, man. You got Bill and I now.
He has gotten so soft.
Who, huh?
Yeah. He's always floundering, but he dodges conflict. You know, I think that's the problem with this whole town. Everyone is so obsessed with caution that they lose all conviction.
It's good to be agreeable sometimes, Bill.
Yeah, but like, caution. It's like totally better to have conviction. Oh, hey, Tom, wait, Tom. We have the chance to breathe a little life into this town. The whole BS with the water supply system needs to be brought to the attention of every single municipal voter.
Whatever you say, man. If it's for the good of the community, I'm with you. I just need to finish up some writing. Get changed.
All right.
Bill. I gotta get dressed.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Right. So, I gotta get started on the advance for the article, so you know where to find me if you need me. And Paige, it's possible that she might refuse to take up.
She won't.
Okay, but it's like a possibility, so...
If that is the case, you can go ahead and publish my report.
Really? Is this on the record?
Yes. I already told you that. All my handwritten stuff is on this copy, so make sure you get it back to me as soon as you're finished, okay? I need to graduate.
Heard. Thanks, Doc.
Get out of here with that. Just a minute, Paige. Oh, Kat, sorry. I thought you were Paige. Did the professor end up coming in?
No, I just left my laptop. Has she been by yet?
Not yet. I was the victim of a Bill and Hob ideological roundtable, though. They're excited about my discovery. Billing seems anxious to make a cover story for the People's Messenger if things with Paige go south.
Do you think they will?
That depends on her mood. But there's some peace of mind with the student paper on my side. They have a lot of influence on the compact majority.
And who is the compact majority?
The public.
Is that a good thing?
It's a good thing, Catherine. It's a good thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
No, I'm sorry. My pen is spinning Billing and Hofstad and my mom are alive. Of course, now I'll have to deal with it. Shit, that's her. Come in.
Yellow. Oh! Hello, Catherine. Hey, I'm on my way out, actually, class.
Can I get you some coffee or something? You don't have cream or anything like that, but the oat milk should still.
Did you really have to do this behind my back?
No? Yes. It was for my dissertation.
But you didn't want to consult the town before taking your own water samples.
I wanted to be certain before causing a
And
panic.
you're certain now, aren't you?
Did you read the report? Of course I'm certain.
Well, the information is being spread. If you were really so concerned about confidentiality, I assume you'd at least take the time to articulate an official statement for public comment at the Tuesday Select Board meeting before igniting this wildfire.
Again, it was for my dissertation. It's research.
I understand that, Thomas. But it's out now. Your report is biased. Permanent supply of poison. Forever chemical.
How else was I supposed to phrase it, Paige? It's objectively poisonous. You drink the water, you get sick. Poison.
So that's your hypothesis. And your conclusion is that we have to relay all the water conduits within a mile of Mom's plant.
I guess. She came by to talk with me this morning.
Aren't you special?
I just wanted you to know that I already talked with her.
So you told her the company needs to pay for all the reparations.
Well, not explicitly, but she seemed happy that I caught this in time.
In time for what?
Solution.
And what would that be?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd have a solution.
All right, Thomas. I spoke to the town engineer this morning. I tried not to alarm him. He laughed in my face.
Well, he sounds like a jerk.
Have you taken a second to consider the causes? You haven't. Why would you? You don't need to think about money. I do.
Okay, well, how much would it be then?
Millions.
That can't be right.
Not only would it cost an unreasonable amount of money, it would take years to complete. 2 at the very least.
Well, maybe you could.
What do you want me to do? Tell the tourism council to have their interns make a fact sheet about the dangers of swimming in the lakes? Hire a committee?
I didn't think the administrative part concerned me. There's going to be enough work to do with all the sick people.
The investment that had gone into promoting the town this year, and all the new developments, and all the new jobs. It's an investment, Thomas, and we need to see the return as soon as possible. You'd be single-handedly responsible for putting Portcaster into destitution.
No, we can make it 2 years for the sake of public health.
We can't afford it.
Mom can definitely afford it.
I'm sorry, you think Mom will be paying for this?
Well, she's the one who put the chemicals in the ground.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
I'm not convinced the water's poisoned.
You're so corrupt. Ow! Ow! You're the one who's supposed to regulate the water, not me. Mom said it was fine.
No, she did not.
Ow! God!
She just told me you didn't speak about money with her. As I said, I'm not at all convinced that there is any sort of existential threat being posed to the community.
I have never met a more self-obsessed,
My
narcissistic...
reputation is important. And Mom's company is vital to the economy of this town.
more vital than the health of the community.
The current authority can't lose legitimization. It would be dangerous for the town. We can deal with this privately if it becomes a matter of real importance.
That's not an option anymore.
It has to be.
It's too late. I have people behind me.
Who? Your crony to the people's messenger?
Yes. They will hold the authorities accountable because it is their duty.
Thomas, have you considered what this
I have
means?
considered everything that needs to be considered. Jesus, I don't care. This is people's health we're talking about.
You've always been so rashly stubborn.
I have not. I value objectivity.
You should think objectively about who controls your endorsement for medical director.
That's ridiculous.
I wouldn't want someone so impulsive running such an important operation.
You can't deny that I'm the best option. I know Portcaster like the back of my hand.
It's simple, Thomas. Don't spread your report. And if you can't convince your friends to halt publication, you'll need to publicly state that your findings were faulty. Very well. We'll publish a statement.
And I'll keep writing against you.
And I'll rescind my nomination.
I hate you.
That's a shame. Bye now, Thomas.
I'm working.
Sorry.
Kat, no, I'm sorry. I thought you were Bill. Come in.
How did it go?
Awful. She's awful, but I can outright her.
I'm sure it'll all work out.
Anyway, how was class?
Well, the trial lecture was...
Right, the trial lecture. That was today. Right. How did it go?
I couldn't get the students engaged.
I don't blame them. All that liberal arts stuff can be such a time suck when you...
Oh, it's fine. We didn't finish like that.
I'm sorry. What was the lecture on, anyway?
Censorship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's getting late. I'll leave you to this.
Man is born, man lives, man dies. And it's all vanity. And that's about the way it is in the merry-go-round. You get on, go around, standing in the saddle. Man is born, man lives, man dies. And it's all vanity. He tried thrills.
Have you read it yet?
Huh? Well? What?
Come on, Bill, a crossword? You can't just punch in random letters like that. That's not how it works.
Dude, you try to solve it then. 1950s era of red-hot witch hunts in the United States. Stupid.
McCarthyism?
No.
Try it.
I did.
Try it again. You're running up the clock.
Fuck! What? Dude, who makes these things? What?
Tom's report.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal.
I wonder what he did to get Paige so riled up.
We're gonna get so many clicks. I can feel the revolution becoming a reality.
You just have to try not to piss off the businessmen or investors.
So what? If we have critics, we're doing something right. I mean, what are they gonna do? Silence the free press? Violate the First Amendment?
They could take away our funding.
If anything happens, we'll just start a hashtag. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm getting pretty good at those infographics on that Canva.
I guess.
So the only real threat here is Paige. And if she doesn't defend her mother's plant, then her mother won't be so eager to fund her re-election, and what a shame.
She already hates us. People smell the corruption. If she attacks the free press, she puts herself in a fickle position.
Bro, you are so smart. Alright, but like, dude, we're kind of like on something, right? I mean, bro, we should start a podcast.
No!
Why not, bro? That's cool. Unless, bro? Yo, Tom, Big Tom, how we doing today?
Good morning.
It's 11 a.m.
You can go ahead and print it. I see you've been on the edge of your seats.
I already have. Bill's been busy trying to crack a 10th grade crossword.
Dude, I was doing research for the entertainment section, and it was a stupid clue.
Why don't you give Tom the clue then, Bill?
I forget.
I remember 1950s Red Hot Witch Hunt.
McCarthyism.
I knew that.
As I was saying,
Well, I've been thinking.
he's been thinking.
I've been thinking about making this a series of articles. My dissertation is practically written itself, and I don't want it to sit on the shelf collecting dust. I want to make this actionable. I want to make a change.
So what, you're thinking 3, 4, 5 more articles on the water contamination crisis?
Sure. Yes, in a sense. The issue of the water is a case study. It's the vessel.
This is new?
See, what I think Tom is trying to say here is that this town's government is a prehistoric institution that doesn't care if we live or die.
Hope email from the publishers, and it looks like we have to go.
Okay, that was quick. Okay, Cobb, I need to see it before it goes to print or online. Are you guys even doing print anymore?
Only on Sundays. Bill's idea.
Wait, why?
Because people get to fake the best version of themselves on Sundays.
Right.
See, Sundays have room for idealism. Without church, people need something to worship. They need purpose. And the new god for sale is the perfectly productive citizen. It's getting up at 5 a.m. to go to run club. For socializing, that is, not because we hate our bodies or anything. And then it's coming home to play house with a disgustingly expensive cup of coffee from a Chemex or espresso machine or some imported beans they grind themselves. But most importantly, all of this indulgence is balanced out by a humble little student newspaper. Sure, paper subscriptions bring us all kinds of money, but they're pretentious as all hell.
Wow. You're editorializing, Bill. Cobb, add it to the...
I've already added to the notes. Calling it Sundays are for neoliberals!
So, when do you have to send this in for print?
Tonight at 9.
Oh, this is great. You have my headline now. It's only 11, Cobb. No need to rush to the finish.
But 11 a.m. is late for him. He doesn't allow himself the simple joys of life like, I don't know, say, sleep?
Neither does Paige.
Oh yeah? How did it go with her?
She basically came over to attack me.
Shocking!
She has this sick way of degrading me. She manages to find buttons to push that I didn't even know were there.
Don't let her treat you like that.
I won't. I won't put personal interests before values. I won't let my values go limp in the face of resistance. Like Paige.
Paige is speaking for the town council. Ugh. Any view she's spewing or leeching from that rotten syndicate over at town hall.
You know, they can talk all they want. They can stand atop their crumbling pillars. We have youth and conviction and the paper. We have a voice.
I love it, buddy. I do. But before we go and throw ourselves out there, we have to remember the college won't let us go to print unless we maintain a degree of moderation.
Yeah, but it's not trivial anymore. Paige wants the people to pay or stay sick.
Fucking pigs.
Exactly. It was never a question of water supply, it's public health. And if that's not a fundamental right, it's the system that needs disinfection.
What has gotten into you today, Tom? You are making me feel some kind of way.
I'm pissed. We have the entirety of human knowledge at our fingertips. Why is nothing changing? There is something fundamentally wrong.
And it needs to be torn down.
I feel as though I woke up in a new world today. I don't exactly have my bearings, but I'm awake.
I'm glad to have you, Tom. This revolution writes itself. It's inevitable. All we need to do is rally people together and streamline our goals.
The municipal authority needs to be in the right hands. This method may be a bit radical for the college to approve. They have to account for things like fiscal risk.
Do you know who else has to account for fiscal risks? The very people who created this problem in the first place.
That's how they convince you that moderation is the only way. The master's tools will never dismantle the master's house, right, Hoff?
Wait, what if you did an exclusive digital publication today? I know print comes out tomorrow, but I think you'd reach more people if you put it online first.
I mean, I guess we could do that.
Amazing. Thank you. I think we're really onto something. I gotta get going. I need to finish up some writing and get over to talk to Paige before you publish.
You.
Exactly. Now, I know you won't, but please don't leak my piece or overedit it. My narrative voice is deliberate, down to the last M dash. I'm looking at you, Hoff.
Dude, this is so awesome.
This has the potential to change things for the People's Messenger, as long as Tom keeps his focus on the water. After that, we can't fall him off the cliff.
Come on, when have you been so concerned about moderation?
We're jumping from water contamination to local authorities. I think it's reasonable to proceed with some semblance of caution. We can attack the bastards up on Capitol Hill all we want from here, but when it comes to name-dropping our neighbors, it seems a bit rash.
Come on. You have to admit you're contradicting yourself. Just a bit there, Javi.
Think about the union workers. For most of them, their homes are their biggest asset. What happens when we tell them the land you live on is infested with chemicals?
Fear. We can mobilize fear.
You know Paige used to run this paper when she was in school?
She's a she. You said so yourself.
She warned me to be too sure of anything. I think I didn't catch wind of that little press secretary internship that you submitted downtown. You know how many times I turned him down for that position? I don't care, which is why I never thought to mention it, but I won't be called a hypocrite.
I only did it for the inside scoop.
Yeah, don't come at me with skeletons in your closet. Changing the world isn't all roses. I have to account for things like logistics, money, and audience, while you get to spend 1 week to work on one sloppy op-ed in your crossword.
Hey, Kat?
Hey, have you read the report on the Southside violence yet?
Have you fact-checked it yet?
Yes, you can't publish it.
What? It's Sunday. We need that to fill pages.
So you haven't read it.
Okay, no, but...
I thought so. I did. Thank God. You need to find something else or rewrite it or something. You can't use this in your paper.
What's up?
The report from the new contributing writer conflicts with all the values of the People's Messenger.
I'm sure that's not true.
I read it. It's messed up. It's confusing correlation for causation and sensationalizing it.
Go on.
It's perpetuating a myth that contradicts the whole notion of systemic injustices. That's the essential idea, legitimizing the entire ideology of the People's Messenger, no?
People need hope. They need solutions they can comfortably control within their private lives.
No, people need truth. You and I know perfectly well that this story doesn't represent reality.
You know what, Catherine? You're right. Catherine is always right. But the People's Messenger is a newspaper, not a manifesto. Politics has always been at the heart of the paper. If I want our audience to eventually understand liberty and progress, I can't have them putting up their defenses. What happens when they pick up the paper and are immediately told, let's see, the system you lived in values profit over your livelihood, and there's nothing you can do about it? The very next thing they're going to do is pick up that paper and put it right back down. The cover needs to catch their eye. It needs to give them something they can use for social discussion and self-improvement. Then maybe they'll be in the right headspace to read all the depressing crap in the other 15 pages we wrote. Who knows? Attention spans are short. If they were going to read all the ideological bits, they'd do it anyway.
So you're deceiving your audience.
You don't need to make it sound so sinister. It was Bill's idea.
Don't blame it on Billy. You're the editor. It'll be fine. I can rewrite it and you can credit me as co-writer.
I get it now. You know what? You guys live in a bubble where no one has to consider the consequences. Real consequences. Not everyone gets to stay in school their whole lives. I'll believe your conceptual echo chamber does something for humanity when I see a philosophy major get a job as anything other than a professor.
Dude, chill.
No! I'm not going to be told how to run the paper. No, 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 no! I know what I'm doing. You know what? Kat, You're in charge of fact-checking it. Bill, congrats. You're off the hook this Sunday.
What's going on?
Nothing!
Whoa, Kat.
Oh,
What's
no,
up?
it's fine. You have other things to worry about, right? I'm actually exhausted. I'm taking a nap in Bill's room.
I don't know. I'm gonna go check on her, see if she needs some soup or something.
Why do you get this kind? It's gross.
Rude? I like the kind with cherries in it. It's healthier.
Do you want my chunks?
Oh, gross! No.
No, have them. I already picked them out.
No, you keep your germy chunks away from me. No.
Fine.
Holy shit. Wait. Yeah, holy shit.
Huh?
Kat, look at this.
What?
Here, just cherry scrape.
I don't know how.
God damn it, give it here.
Thank you to everyone who's joining us online. Hello, Forecastr. Thank you for bringing your attention to this impromptu briefing. As town manager, it is my duty to set the record straight and alleviate anxieties on town issues with urgency. I assume you all agree on the importance of keeping this unreliable and exaggerated information at bay, especially concerning the potential harm this fake news poses to the tourism industry in our great town. Earlier this afternoon, the student-run newspaper, The People's Messenger, posted a digital article alleging critical quality changes in the Southside water supply. I have spoken to their editor, and he has agreed to remove the misinformation. He explained to me that he had been misled by the article's author. Not only were premature conclusions drawn, but the research was conducted by an unauthorized, seemingly radicalized third party, Portcaster College student Thomas Stockmann. Thomas's proposals would mean a 25% increase in your taxes, as well as a 2-year halt on all tourism operations in the South Side. Unfortunately, his interests were corrupted by a blind desire to affirm the thesis for his dissertation. Morton Stockmann, the third-generation owner of the Camplains factory in our hardworking South Side, has reaffirmed that the company completely phased out all PFOA substances in 2015. Any small remaining substances in the surrounding environment are simply legacy substances. I hear your concerns, and I am here to confirm that there is no cause for panic. Let's all take this as a reminder to use deliberate caution when consuming the news. My inbox is open, and I will be in my office. Woo!
She's threatening tax hikes and blaming it on me.
I saw.
Yeah, I guess everyone saw.
I'm sorry.
Her narrative is insane, and people are buying it. They're trying to silence the truth.
She has a lot of power, Tom.
And I have the truth.
What about political power?
Shouldn't those things work in tandem?
You know that's not how the world works.
The truth should be enough.
I'm only trying to consider how, historically, large groups of people have rarely been granted their political wants or needs, despite objectivity. Plus, she's your sister.
So I'm supposed to concede to the slander.
You have a lot at stake. I'm sure if she's already resistant, there's worse things she can hold over your head. What?
I'm sorry. It's just, I didn't expect everyone to agree with Paige.
I don't mean to stand in your way.
Whatever.
No, Tom, I care about you.
Then why are you taking her side?
I'm not. I just want you to consider the future. I know you have the community in mind, and I think your selflessness is extraordinary, but maybe I can help you see the forest for the trees.
I thought you wanted to make a difference.
I do, but there's a lot on the line here. You can't just throw away your livelihood.
Then how else is anything supposed to change?
I don't know.
Of course you don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
There's never a right answer with you. You know, it's all cynicism. I'm tired of talking and talking and talking. It's aimless.
Actually, I enjoy talking with you, Thomas.
But what's the point, right? At the end of the day, does any of it really matter?
I don't know the answer to that either. I guess we have to wake up to innumerable atrocities every day of our lives and keep going despite it, in spite of it. I know that this is close to home, but that's exactly why you should focus your attention on something that won't destroy you.
Okay, you know, I'm not a coward.
Jesus, Tom, I never said that.
You know, Catherine, I think we haven't been on the same page for a while now.
What?
I don't have time to talk about this right now.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. I'm just busy.
I'm aware.
All right.
All right.
Can you just... No!
Can I just what, Thomas?
I'm going to bed. Is this thing working? Just a second. Okay. I think. Yeah. There we go. All right. Hi, everyone. I know this isn't technically the right way to address a municipal issue, but since this started online, I wanted to continue it here. This evening, my sister gave a briefing. For the record, the little clips circulating online wouldn't be nearly as riveting if they had context, but that's another matter. I'm coming on here because this is urgent. I've been doing a lot of thinking these past few days. I mean, I do a lot of thinking anyway. Too much. Anyway, as you are all hopefully aware, there are poisons in Portcaster's water. That is objective. The EPA regulations set in place by the federal government were not attended to by the officials in our town. Contrary to now popular belief, I came upon this information while collecting data for my graduate research project. In my residency, at our local maternity ward, I found that folks who live on the south side have exceptionally high cases of preeclampsia, consistently below average birth weights. They also have above average numbers of hormonal cancer cases. I was trying to address this issue. I have always been proud to call Portcaster my home. Even when all I wanted to do was escape, I found myself pulled back. When I left for undergrad, I wanted to return as soon as I could, and bring back what I had learned so I could put it to use here. When I was at my worst, the thought of coming home pulled me through. I found my purpose in life was to be of service to you all and bring back what I had learned so I can put it to use here. I'll stop explaining myself now because my reputation is irrelevant to the discovery I want to bring to your attention. This is a matter that has been festering for years in this town. No, it is not the water. I promise I will not speak about the poison in the water anymore today. It has become apparent to me through my interactions with town officials over these past few days that life in Portcaster is founded on the poison of deceit. The natural beauty of this place is unmatched. There are some things that money can't buy. The landscape that we are fortunate enough to have at our disposal is one of them. All of this exposition about the recent reality of tourism development. I understand wanting to gatekeep something as special as Portcaster. But the investments have been made. The promise of a boisterous economy in Portcaster is rich. We have potential, but under the current administration here, we will fail. I can see a future where we fall on harder times than ever before. This promise that was made to you, the working people, for a brighter tomorrow, has been corrupted by the misguided intentions of those in power. It will consume us. Do you all truly believe that the politicians in this town have your best interest at heart? Your 5 and dime is on the market. Trees that have taken hundreds of years to grow are being mercilessly demolished all over town for gated parks of cement and turf. The new water pipes are not going to your neighborhoods. Yes, they are being built, but they are not for you. I believe we can only become more civilized and progress as a species if we consider the most vulnerable members of our community to be a shared responsibility. We are only as good as our weakest link. The cost of fixing this problem that my sister is threatening you with should not be your financial responsibility in the first place. The people who put these chemicals in the ground in the first place need to pay. What if they don't, you ask? The thought of dishing out more money than we already do is terrifying. But this is your health. I am not asking you to recognize this issue because I want you to suffer. I can see that the long-term medical costs of this are going to be quadruple what a few years of extra taxes would be. I feel the need to mention, and please, bear with me, that if the town does not consider the quality of your water supply to be a public good, they do not care about you. That is only the tip of the iceberg. The future looks bright for them, the developers, needlessly rich, but not for you. But the authorities are not the ones to blame. They are relics of a dying school of thought, and they paved the way for their own extinction. But they are not the sole individuals responsible for poisoning the community. They are not the biggest threats to our fundamental freedoms. Here is my real discovery. The most dangerous enemy of truth in this town is the public. The majority, if you will. There is a rot in this town that has manifested in complacency. This recent promotion of tourism has been contentious. I understand this. We have allowed the God in our foes to convince us that if an issue isn't hypersaturated and entertaining, then it can't be relevant. It is this very non-thinking act that will eat this town alive. Instead of understanding the electoral processes and challenging those in power to uphold the commitments they promised to solicit our votes, you choose the bliss of ignorance. You idolize politicians and hiss when someone reveals their flaws. Not thinking feels too good. Neoliberal individuality has brought us to the eclipse of mankind as a species and as a town. It's not your problem. Whose is it? You know, we worship the public as a god these days. Who actually constitutes the public? Really, take a second in your mind's eye to imagine what that jargon actually means. Every time that you make a rash decision based on someone else's claims that this is what the public wants, you are not making an educated decision. The truth is, the majority of people are waiting for someone to tell them what to do and validate the morality of their brief participation so they can go ahead and focus on their life. You know, I hate to break it to you, but your political life is the framework for your personal life. I see the Twitter and Facebook dialogue. I know what gets published in our radical newspapers. But who is doing the thinking here? Everything has become so incredibly fast-paced. And what is sacrificed every time? Autonomous thought. It becomes a chore. I see that you're all kept busy fighting on an app that is, in reality, far removed from the pulsating world outside your door. I won't keep begging you to believe in facts. I understand now that trying to see eye to eye with those covering their ears is useless. I know many of you watching are watching only to contest me. I cannot reach you. However, I know, I hope, that there are a handful of you who share my discontent, who wake up each day feeling that something is deeply, deeply wrong. We have stopped listening to each other. We blindly follow those who have successfully tapped into our fears with terrifying loyalty. We have forfeited our tangible agency for convenience. Agency and thinking are what give us purpose. They are the crux of human existence. We must stop conceding to the passive impulse of defense. It is cowardly and animalistic. And you must, I beg of you, get off your fucking phone! We are addicted to affirming that our beliefs are based on a concept of what the so-called public wants and nothing else. Democracy is not all or nothing. Democracy is meant to represent a right cornucopia of diversified opinions and people. Having a government that represents your desires alone is an utter failure. It is a failure. We must progress. We must tear it down, whatever it takes. We must take matters into our own hands, because those who are profiting off your ignorance will not do it for you! Fuck! Hello? Hello?
Are you sure there's nothing else? Okay, fine.
Seen the news? I'd rather than throw stones through our window at this point.
You told me I couldn't continue teaching at the college.
Come on, Catherine. I'll call up my mom. It'll be fine.
Are you kidding?
It's not a big deal.
Parents are saying I'm going to radicalize the students.
We'll figure it out.
Absolutely not. We will not be doing anything. I don't even know why I came here.
Okay, so is this intervention or?
Well, I was going to send you an email, but Mom thought that would be inconsiderate. I regret that I didn't have the power to stop you from getting so out of hand.
Well, that could have certainly gotten an email. Mom,
Oh, I'm not getting in the middle of this.
then why are you here? All right. You have something else to say to me, Paige?
Yes. It's a message from the board.
My dismissal.
It hurts me to do this, but frankly, our hand was forced by public opinion. It's not a good look for us.
Oh, public opinion. Did you take a poll?
I need you to understand me, Thomas. As far as the future goes, you shouldn't count on opening any kind of practice whatsoever in this town. It won't be approved. Most importantly, you certainly won't be considered for the medical director position.
What? You don't have that kind of power. She doesn't have that power, right, Mom? What makes you so sure?
The board is sending out a petition. It's my professional opinion that the employment of such a volatile personality would have negative effects on the community.
Okay, so I'm the corrupt one.
I think you should consider getting out of town. God knows you aren't getting your doctorate after this stunt.
Already ahead of you. Plenty of undergrad friends in the city.
Oh, do let me know when you're planning on going. I want to sell this dump ASAP.
Once you've had some time away for contemplation, maybe you can consider the facts. Then, if you plan to return, you can put your degree to good use by writing a letter to the editor acknowledging your error.
What makes you think I have any desire to give this town my time and energy after they've ostracized me like this?
You had no right to throw this tantrum, not after everything we had lined up for you.
I have the right to do whatever the hell I want, Paige. And one thing I won't be doing is cowering before you. Mom, are you going to let her talk to me like this?
No need to get so worked up. We can pretend like there was no ulterior motive.
What are you talking about?
I see right through it all, Thomas. The Revolutionary Front. The being friends with those less fortunate than yourself. The desperation to be Dr. Perfect. All while you slander my name, which, may I remind you, is shared. All under the guise of truth.
But it is the truth.
I've never understood why you hate us so much.
I don't.
I try so hard to be civil with you, and you know, like it back is unbridled rage.
You're generalizing.
You think you're so perceptive. You've always found yourself to be so clever that the thought of entertaining us disgusts you. The real issue, though, is that you're a spoiled brat. I've got to go. See you later, Mom.
Can I get you some coffee?
No thanks. You seem quite cozy here, Thomas.
I am.
I see. I'll get out of your hair quickly then. Do you know what this is?
An envelope?
Funny. Here.
You're selling shares of the company?
In theory.
For the new water pipes?
New pipes, or the lawsuit you may have gotten me into. Look, Thomas, I'm no dinosaur. You said that the pollution in this town came from my plant. If that's true, then my grandfather, and my father before me, and now I, myself, for many years have been poisoning this town. Did you think I'd let you destroy the family name?
It wasn't your fault. You didn't know. We can fix it.
It's not that simple, and you know it. Maybe this family means nothing to you, but I intend to live and die a clean woman.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that?
You will do it for me.
No, but didn't you say that...
Do you know who those shares are entrusted to? You. They're your inheritance, Thomas. Your allowance. I want to see just how much of a selfless revolutionary you truly are.
No. Why did you talk to me about this? What about Paige's money?
What makes you think Paige has anything to do
Paige has everything to do with this.
Paige was smart enough to save us from being condemned to pay for the laying of all new pipes across the entire South Side. That would have put us in the red for the first time in decades.
wasn't a mistake.
I pay a lot of good money to ensure mistakes don't happen.
You pay Paige to eat your sins.
They're your sins now.
I don't want anything to do with the plant.
Thank God for that. The money has to come from somewhere. That reminds me. Your roommate's rent was subsidized under your allowance. If the money's gone, I want them out, and I want this place sold. Maybe with his new position in the town, Billing can finally pay his damn rent on time.
Why didn't you tell me?
You're impossible to reason with.
I'm not! Where are you going? Wait.
I'm not entertaining hysterics. You're a big fool.
What have you done?
I didn't do anything.
This is your fault!
If you continue on this tirade, you'll kill the tourism project. The economy doesn't have the bandwidth. It will be a complete nightmare, and that will be your fault.
I was just trying to make things better.
The world doesn't work that way. You're too young to comprehend it.
If you just let me have freedom, maybe things could be different.
Freedom, Thomas? You've got it. You're living it. Welcome to free fall and its consequences.
What happens if I keep pushing forward?
You'd be a fool.
I can handle myself.
No job, no degree, no house, no family, no friends. You will be utterly alone, especially here. No child of mine will be working against me. I don't need my enemies having inside intel.
Mom, please.
Convince the public that your report was faulty. I need to know by the end of the day. It's your choice, Thomas.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality Baptist journalism that CBS4 News produces.
But
we are irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, the mountain media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control countries. One legal thing is it's extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.